TGIF. Let's get started with Friday's workout. We're going to come down onto the mat into a hook lying position, nice tight tummy, roll down through the spine. We'll let the feet come hip bone or sit bone distance apart and in parallel. So there's a little bit of space between the feet and the knees. We'll find our neutral alignment. Go ahead and let the back of the neck lengthen by drawing the chin gently down and in towards the chest, and let the chest be really wide here. So it's as if the collarbones are spreading to the sides of the room, and then the shoulders are dropping down and away from the ears. We'll platform through the hands and the wrist, so we don't want to see any TP sticking up. We want to reach out nice and long. We're going to warm up with knee dropouts. Starting on the right knee, with an inhale, you will let the knee start to open to the side. If you were to keep dropping this knee, sooner or later, you would start to roll and rotate with it. We don't want to do that. We're going to keep the pelvis really still and flat. So you just drop it to a point where you can control it. And then from the opposite side of the belly, you will exhale and pull the leg up. So we're not pushing through the feet here. We're not using the leg muscles. We're using the belly to control the leg. So we inhale to open, and I like to imagine there's a string coming from this opposite hip bone out to the knee, and I use the exhale, I use that string to pull the knee back up. We will do 3 more repetitions, all leading with this right leg here, just inhaling open to a place where you can control, and exhale, pull and squeeze to lift up. So we start to work one side of the belly at a time with knee dropouts, and that begins to balance and harmonize the 2 sides of our stomach muscles, the deep muscles, the transverse abdominis muscles. Exhale, pull up and in. These are the muscles that help support the back and also draw the stomach nice and flat and toned. And exhale, pull up and in. So we will switch now and try 5 repetitions with the left knee dropping open. This side may feel easier. It might feel more difficult than the first side, or about the same. So again, this opposite hip bone, you can even bring a hand here if you need to. It's the opposite side of the belly that is lowering and lifting the leg. Inhale, knee starts to drop open. Exhale, pull and squeeze and lift. 2 more times, please. Inhaling open. As you get stronger with this, your range may increase, and you also might find that your movement just becomes a bit more fluid and natural. And exhale, pull and lift. Good job. We're going to roll onto our side. We're going to come into the side lying series. So we will stack the body up along the back edge of your mat. So you can prop up your head onto your hand, or you can lay down, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can even bring a little pillow, a little cushion here, so that your neck stays in line with your spine, and bring both arms out in front. Whatever's comfortable so that the neck can relax and stay in line with your spine. So we take the body along the back edge, and then we slide the feet forward. So we have kind of a diagonal line here. We want to stack the hips right on top of each other. So if I had a dowel rod, it would just skewer right through that top hip, down through the bottom hip, down into the ground. We're going to keep the tummy pulled in nice and tight, and rest the hand just in front of the belly. That can help remind you to draw that belly button in. We'll keep the shoulders stacked and long from the ears as well. So I'm going to just turn out this top leg slightly. It's got that Pilates style stance, and that's starting at my hip. So I have a little bit of a turnout all the way down, and that's going to start to draw up into my tush. We're going to begin with an exercise called up down. We're going to float the leg up like it weighs nothing, and then really strongly activate the leg and reach out long and squeeze it down like you're pressing down through 1,000 pounds. You're going to inhale and float up, no work at all, and then reach. So reaching across the room as we come down. So lots of work. Inhale, nice and easy. Exhale, add that resistance. Create that work. Let all the muscles kick in here around the leg. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, reach it out. This is really toning for the belly as well as for the tush and the thighs. You should start to feel everything warming up a little bit here. So we're going to come all the way down as if the heels were going to touch, which they may or may not actually do, and draw small circles. So this foot is a little pencil. It's now drawing circles, maybe around the size of a watermelon, and we're going to do 5 in each direction. The idea is that you keep that turnout and that the heels would click each time, which again, we're going to reverse. They may or may not actually click. That's just the direction that they're headed, like you're making that little V through the feet each time you pass through. So a full breath each time, light weight underneath the supporting hand here from the belly, and relax. So we're going to take this front leg and we're going to bend the knee and place it in front and just hold the ankle. If this is uncomfortable for your body, then you can get a little pillow and just rest the knee down, but try to support it so that it stays in line with your hip. That helps to protect the low back and the sacroiliac joints. But if you're comfortable here, you can simply just bend it, plant your foot. You're going to grab hold here, keep the shoulder down. We're going to work this bottom leg. I want you to pull the toes in towards your shin. So I'm dorsiflexing through my foot, and then from the inner thigh, I'm going to exhale and lift the leg up. And then I'm going to hover it above the ground as I lower down with my inhale. So if you need to rest it all the way down, you can do so. But for a little bit more work, just slightly hover it. I never let those muscles completely turn off. And back down, just a couple more. Squeeze it up. And I'm just pausing at the top there, just to make sure I get a lot of work. So we're going to come up one more time and hold it. And now we're going to draw 5 small circles each direction with this leg. Just breathe naturally here. Continue to draw the belly in towards the spine. We're going to reverse. Just keep breathing. You should feel that inner thigh. And relax down. From here, we're going to come into a forearm side plank, and I'm going to show you an option where you can do a kickstand too. So we're going to let the shoulder come right over your elbow. We want to line up right directly over the elbow. Let the hand come out, and then you can either spread through the fingers or you can do this with a fist, whatever feels best to you. And then we're going to use this other hand in front, just like we did with side lying series, to kind of assist us. So the legs are going to be parallel and they're going to stack. We're going to lift the hips. So you can keep a hand here or it can come to your waistline at your hip. If this is really difficult for you, go ahead and bend that top knee, and I just have my toes, the ball of the foot behind. So that's your kickstand. It just gives you a little bit of assistance. But if you can, just go ahead and stack. You want to press and lift those hips. Try not to sag them down. Lift them up and out, and just hold and breathe. Another breath. You've got it. And relax down. Oh, that's a lot of work. So we're going to bring the legs out in front. Just give them a little shake. Release them. We've got to do all of that on the other side so we can be balanced. So we begin by lining up along the back edge of the mat. Again, you choose. You can bring out a pillow. You can lay down. You can prop up. And then we're going to bring the legs forward to the front edge of the mat and a little bit of a turnout. So we've got that V shape, stomach drawn in, hand resting in front with the shoulder relaxed. We'll begin with our up down. So we inhale. This is where it's just nice and easy. And then we're going to reach that leg really long. So your leg becomes 10 feet long, just reaching and squeezing, make the muscles shake and work it. So we inhale up, staying light underneath this bottom hand, as light as possible. In time, we will bring that hand to the hip and then behind the head. But for now, this is a beginning level series. We can use the hand. We want to make sure we're not shaking and rocking and rolling the body. We want to stay as still as we can. Nice tight stomach, and then really extending and reaching out. So we have the power from the core down out through the leg. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, press and squeeze. We're going to go right into our small circles. So 5 circles each direction. Again, I like to aim, maybe you're coming around like a melon. So they're not big, huge ones. That's a separate exercise. And we reverse with the goal of perhaps touching or bringing the heels really close together, making sure you keep that turnout. That helps to drop into some different muscles up into the tush. And relax. From here, we will again bend the knee and plant the foot. If you want, you can bring that cushion back out. We're going to flex, dorsiflex the bottom foot, and then exhale to lift the leg up and hovering the leg if you're able to. Exhale, squeeze it back up. Should feel that tummy. Can also, this is a beautiful place to lift up through the pelvic floor like you're performing a Kegel exercise in addition to drawing the tummy in. Exhale to lift. And then we're going to hold the next one up and draw 5 circles each way. Just keep breathing. You're doing a good job. And we're going to reverse, almost there. Up and around, really work that inner thigh. Should feel this. 2 more. Relax it down, and we're going to go into our forearm side plank. So again, set yourself up. It's really important to have good alignment through that upper body to protect the structures of the upper body. So shoulder over the elbow. You can spread out through the hand or make a fist. We'll bring the other hand in front and use that to kind of help press you up and out here. And if you're able to, you'll release. If you need to, you can kickstand. Otherwise, just stack the legs, press the hips up, and hold and breathe. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the nose or the mouth. You might be shaking. I'm shaking. And relax down. Good job. Okay, let's give the legs another little shake. I won't cheat you of that pleasure. Shake them out. And now we're going to go into a full plank, and we're going to add a rocking maneuver to that. So a Pilates plank is a push-up position, but it's done with the feet in the Pilates style stance. So we will bring our shoulders over the wrist, fingers spread wide, and then as we step back into plank, we want the heels together and the balls of the feet apart. So I keep the tummy lifted. I'm going to press up out of the shoulders. I want these elbows slightly bent so the hollows face each other, and I'm pressing back through my heels. I want the neck in line with the spine, so I'm not looking out in front and I can't see my belly. I'm looking right out in front of my hands. So 3 times I'm going to rock forward and press back through the heels. My body stays really still here. In my plank shape, I'm just rolling through the feet and ankles. Press back, hold, and breathe. Rest the knees down. Good job. So we will keep the left knee as it is. We're going to bring the right leg up and through the hands, and then just coming up onto the fingertips, you'll sink the hips forward until you get a stretch in the front of the left hip. So we're coming into the hip flexors, the iliopsoas. If this is not deep enough for you, you can also bring the hands to the thigh and start to press into it a little further. If you need the hands for balance, or if you can find a stretch there, it's fine to keep them down as well. Tummy zipped up and in, hold and breathe. These muscles get really tight if we do a lot of sitting, if you work at a computer, or a lot of driving. Bring the foot back and we'll switch. So we're going to bring the left one forward and start to sink. If you can keep the hips squared off, that will also assist you in finding the stretch. So again, maybe you have both hands down, maybe you have one down, maybe you need to come all the way up and sink into it. Just soften through the shoulders. Keep the chest open, the space around the heart is expanding. Breathe into it. And we'll relax out of this. You have completed your Friday workout. Go enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I will get to see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.